Hello and welcome to video 2. This is called Inspire. Inspiration and motivation are two different things. Whilst they're very similar, they're also quite different. Most of us have heard about motivation, and this is the idea of getting motivated as if someone or you are trying to kick yourself into action, or even someone else is trying to kick you into action. There's a difference between extrinsic and intrinsic motivations as well. What I want to be focusing on as much as we can during this program is inspiration. This is when we get so crystal clear on a vision of who we want to be. Getting rid for a moment of any limiting beliefs. We always have, in our subconscious mind, we all have limiting beliefs. An easy way of thinking about this is for people who have battled with their weight for a very long time. They think to themselves, and by the way, I have helped people reverse obesity, just by getting so clear on this, because this is the biggest driver. It's the subconscious mind, and becoming aware of how our limiting beliefs can really stand in the way of who we can ultimately be in this lifetime, in our physical bodies. So there's so many reasons why people struggle with weight, and it's normally down to some kind of mental challenge. And I don't mean that at all derogatively, because we all have mental challenges. What I mean is there is an emotional reason normally why people get to a state where they're challenged with weight and also any other kind of condition. It might be a limiting belief that we say to ourselves, that's not possible for me because X, Y, and Z has happened to me in the past. So for now, I'd just love you to kind of suspend all disbelief, suspend all limiting beliefs, and just imagine for a second, for a moment, for a long time, actually, that it is totally possible for you to be completely free of illness, pain, and medication. The only way this might not be possible is a condition like type 1 diabetes. It is actually reversible, believe it or not. It's much harder than type 2. Type 2 diabetes is a dietary disease. Type 1 is when the pancreas stops producing insulin, and this is when the pharmaceutical industry has done a phenomenal thing and produced insulin for type 1 diabetes sufferers, which is amazing. The point is, you do have the power to heal yourself, and I'd love for you to just suspend all disbelief and go, it is absolutely possible for me to be completely free of illness, pain, and medication, and live a life rich in vitality. How does that look? I'd love for you to get really excited about this and how that vision looks and feels. More importantly, in the advanced program, I come more into the importance of feeling into this. But for now, I'm just going to tease you with that. If you can feel what it feels like to be in this position and how it's going to impact not only your own life, but people that you love, people who surround you, how it's going to impact them as well. This is when we can start to get really clear about the feeling of achieving that vision of who we'd like to become. I will talk about motivation very quickly, because this is actually quite a big gem that I picked up from Tony Robbins. And that is, we human beings are motivated by the need to avoid pain and the desire to gain pleasure. Those twin forces of pain and pleasure are pretty much the sole reasons we make any decision or take any action. They are the reasons why we do anything pretty much in our lives. So let's say that again. We will do anything either to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. If you're looking on the left-hand side, let's put pain over here. Gain pleasure up here. Pain, pleasure. Now, interestingly, since we have a survival brain, which is designed to keep us safe, for the most part, for most people, we are more motivated by the need to avoid pain than we are for the pursuit of pleasure. It's because the reptilian brain is designed to keep us safe. It's perfectly normal. Now, there's an exercise I would love you to do, and this can help gear you up for the inspiration part. I think it's worthwhile doing this because it has had profound effects with my clients. The exercise is this. Get down, say 10 reasons, to start easily, 10 reasons for your pursuit for pleasure. How is it going to impact your life? 10 reasons. And when you've got 10 reasons down on paper, ask yourself, why do I want that? Under each question, and go 3 levels of why. Let's use the weight example because it's something that I'm sure everyone can relate to, even if you're skinny and you don't need to lose weight, or you might want to reverse it. But let's just say you want to lose weight because it's easy to think about. I want to lose weight, or rather burn fat. I want to get lean because A, it's going to give me more energy. I'm going to have more energy around my wife and kids, or husband and kids. I'm going to have more energy to show up at work. I'm going to be able to do more, be more active, do the amazing things in the world, go and climb, I don't know, Peru and do the Inca Trail, whatever kind of is in your sights. But ask yourself why under each reason. I want to do that because, I want to do that because. 3 levels of why is really powerful. Simon Sinek wrote a book called Start With Why. Very, very powerful. There's almost no point in starting anything we do unless we get clear on our why first. So once we've done that, that's a really empowering and exciting thing to do. The next thing is really get clear on what's going to happen if you don't take action. And this is the idea of what we will do to avoid pain. Since most people are more motivated by the need to avoid pain because it's in our reptilian brain, most of us will actually be more motivated, for now let's use that, to do something to avoid the pain. So imagine if you continue to do what you're currently doing, what's going to show up in your life in 1 year's time, 3 years, 5 years? How is it going to show up if you don't take action? So think about 10 things that might be a little bit painful for you. This isn't as fun, but it's very, very powerful. And then 3 levels of why. One of my clients, Mark, told me he did this, and it actually brought him to tears. Now, I don't want to bring you to tears. It's just the results he then had was so incredible, because he thought, if I don't take action now, it's going to affect my kids in this way. I had 2 boys. It's going to affect my wife in this way. I'm not going to be able to do this. He got a bit emotional, and it actually caused him to go hell for leather. Now, that is more about avoiding pain, and you would argue that that's more about motivation than inspiration. But this is such a powerful exercise, and I would invite you to do that. The next level is to go back to this vision that you've created for yourself and just imagine and visualize it so much every single day that you have an emotional response from it and how it's going to impact you, and really be focused on the need for pleasure, the desire to gain pleasure, because that's more, the pursuit of pleasure is arguably more inspirational than the need to avoid pain that tends to be motivational, when you have to kick yourself. If I don't do that, that's going to happen, which is more motivational. But when you get crystal clear on the vision and really get excited by it, so really it's the pursuit for pleasure one, then I'd love for you to be motivated and inspired by that one. Does that make sense? I hope that's clear. So 2 exercises, but both of them start with getting clear on your vision. Remove all limiting beliefs. You have total power to heal your own body. That's a fact. Next is, so that's an absolute given. Let's say it's an absolute given. It's a certain. This is for you. And then think about 10 reasons why you want to make it happen. Tune that into your innate needs and desires. Security, family, love, relationships, sex maybe. Most things come back to sex. It's an innate thing. So then we have a need to avoid pain. Get crystal clear on that and see what's going to happen if I don't take action. And I think that is a really good thing to do. And then once you've got these 2 lists either side, really start to get clear on this vision and just imagine it and get emotionally charged up by that feeling of this here, so you can be drawn to it. It's like this thing up here, and you've tuned it into your innate needs and desires, and ultimately you want to connect it to something bigger than yourself. That's really where the essence comes in. I've got a very, very powerful exercise in the next one for this. For now, if you do that, just do the pain and pleasure one for now and get crystal clear on the vision, you're going to be in a very, very different place. Allow yourself 20 minutes, 30 minutes to do this. So, so powerful. Hope you found that useful, and see you in the next video when we are going to be talking about gut health more. It's G for gut. See you in the next one.